Hello everybody, in this video I would like to show you an automated web testing project with Robot Framework tool. Robot Framework is a tool that was written by or with Python language, and it uses keywords, and one can use in this whole Robot Framework not only Robot Framework keywords but also native Python commands. So the meaning of this framework is that by using simple keywords one can do much more, because under the keyword or behind the keyword there can be more complex Python code. So for example, there is a Python code that does logging in to some server in 5 lines, and then you create a name for that 5 lines such as login, and then you can use that login keyword in the Robot Framework project, and then when you type login, then in the background the Robot Framework will execute those 5 Python lines, but you as a Robot Framework tester or developer do not see what is in the background. Actually, this is the main website of the Robot Framework. You can see https robotframework.org. Here you can see an example of a Robot Framework code on the screen. What I'm going to show you with this tool is an automation of a so-called pizza shop. This is a very simple website. This was created not by me, it was created by someone else, but I have found this website somewhere, tried it, and I told myself that this is relatively easy and easy to use and easy to create an automated test around it. And with these automated tests I can show you or highlight a few important things when we speak about web test automation or generally automation. So what you can see, this is the front end, so this is the website. Nothing is here because still no pizza is in the list. I have deleted everything, and I will add here back the pizza, at first manually, then with the automated test code. So this is the front end. Of course it has a back end, and the back end can be targeted or can be reached via these operations, but that will be the topic of another video, because I have created not only the front-end test but also the back-end test for this pizza shop application. So let's get back to the front end, and let's create two pizza recipe with real pizzas. Here is this website. I have picked the ingredients for the different pizzas from this website. Actually, I have added 2 pizzas. So the first of them was pizza al tonno. You can see the ingredients here: pizza, canned tuna, mozzarella cheese, and tomato sauce. Let's create it here manually. So pizza tonno, ingredients: tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, canned tuna pizza. add the ingredient. Second one, mozzarella cheese. Add the ingredient, canned tuna and pizza. You can see here are the ingredients. One can delete an ingredient from the list, and one can change the name of the ingredient. Let's check whether everything is added. So pizza, canned tuna, mozzarella cheese, tomato sauce, everything is there. I saved the recipe. A new recipe was created. Maybe there can be some uncertainty. You could see it a few seconds ago, because the recipe was created, but then it was written that no recipe was created. I'm not responsible for the backend. I think it is a good backend, but I don't see the source code of the backend, so I don't know what's happening there. So this is the first pizza. Let's create another pizza, that is pizza margherita. Yeah. What are the ingredients? Okay, so flour, tomato, basil, mozzarella di bufala, and that's all. So again, flour, tomato, basil. Flour, add the ingredient, tomato, basil, add the ingredient, and flour, tomato, basil, mozzarella di bufala. Add the ingredient. Let's save the recipe. You can see that the new ID is just one more as the ID before. As I can see, I have missed some of the ingredients from pizza tonno. So what is there? This is the correct recipe here. So flour, tomato sauce, preserved tuna. Okay, I might have mistyped it. Let me change it. So flour, tomato sauce, preserved tuna. Let's change the ingredients here. So this is not canned tuna but preserved tuna. Preserved tuna, add the ingredient, and then what was incorrect, tomato sauce correct, flour is missing. I add flour here. I have added. So there is flour, tomato sauce, preserved tuna, mozzarella or mozzarella cheese, it's the same, and olive oil. Olive oil. Add ingredient 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So six ingredients are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is not necessary here? The pizza was not in the list of ingredients here, but of course it is there, because when we speak about a pizza, then it is a default that the pizza is there, so we can delete it. We set the recipe for pizza tonno, and we can see that these ingredients are the same. Those are in my file that I have taken the recipe from this website. So flour, tomato sauce, preserved tuna, mozzarella cheese or mozzarella, and olive oil. But just for being accurate, let's change it to mozzarella. Add ingredient. Okay. So what we have seen here is that we have added different pizzas on the front end, and we have added the ingredients. Then we deleted one of the ingredients. So I have deleted pizza from the ingredients of pizza tonno because pizza is included. So no need to write it here because pizza is included when we speak about the pizza, and we should speak only about the ingredients of that specific pizza. So we have added the ingredients, then we changed, so we edited, so we changed some of the names, for example from mozzarella cheese to mozzarella, and yes, that's all. Of course we can cancel modifying a recipe, but we saved when we have modified it. So there was no change this time, and of course we can delete pizza with this button, or we can delete pizza margherita with this button. What this robot framework project does is that it automates the operations I have shown here for you. So let's execute this command. This is how you call the robot framework project, or the robot framework automated test. What is important here, I highlighted for you. The first is the robot command. This is an executable file, and when you write it to the command line, it means that it will call robot file, and you can file with robot extension. This is the file with robot extension here. So pizza underline shop.robot in directory test cases. This is the file we run with the keyword robot.exe. So this is an executable file, robot.exe, and then here this is pizza underline shop.robot. This is a robot framework source code. Let me open the Visual Studio Code where I store this project. It opens. Visual Studio Code is a type of editor. It's quite good for robot framework. I close this one. Okay. So you can see this is the project. In the command line, I continue to explain the specific words. So this robot.exe that I have said, I just want to show you that this is actually robot.exe, but when we do not write exe, then it is automatically recognized as an exe or executable file. Then with parameter -t, we can define which test we would like to run. The test name is delete last food. So it means that robot.exe will delete last food test case in this file pizza shop.robot. Let's see this file. Here is the file pizza shop.robot. You can see it here, and we go down. Here is test case delete last food. So as I have mentioned, -t, it declares under -t which test case we would like to execute. In this robot file, this is the block of the test cases. There are 4 tests. There is add food, there is add food. It means that we add the new food to the new pizza to the list of pizzas. Then we can test whether the food was correctly added or not. Then we can delete the last food. We can delete a specific food. It means that the food cannot only be at the very end, but in the middle of the list as well. And then we can modify some pizzas. For example, as you remember, I have changed the name mozzarella cheese to simply mozzarella. So that is a kind of modification. And when we speak about modification, it means that we can delete an element or delete an ingredient from the list of ingredients. You remember that I have deleted pizza from pizza tono. So at that time, from the command line, I will call this test case with delete request, and edit will also call this test when I change the name of the ingredient. But let's get back here. So delete last food, this is the simplest one. Let's see. Or no, before I delete anything, let me let me show you how I add a pizza. Or no, maybe it's better to continue from here, because this is the simplest test case. So delete last food. Selenium has loaded the website. Selenium is a framework, and that does the automated website related operations. So you can see that this pizza was deleted from here. You may argue that that the last pizza was pizza 400, but on the other hand, this time, as this pizza was modified, at that point this pizza was the last one, because this was touched last time. So you may argue that this should have been deleted, but the code works in a way that it deletes the last pizza in a physical order. So this was the last pizza, because you can see that it is after pizza margherita, so pizza tono is the last one. That's why it was deleted. Let's refresh the screen, and let's see that it is really deleted. Yes, it is deleted. Now let's add it back to the list with this command. You remember that I have taken the ingredients from this file. here you can see that after after command robot.exe the test case is add food, so we will call add food function here, only this. So from this whole file in the next running only this test case will be called, and 2 minutes before, when I have executed delete last food, then only this one was called, and none of the others, because from the command line we can drive which test case to execute. Okay, let's get back to the command line, and let's automate it. So now we want to give back pizza tono. You can see everything was added. Okay, let's refresh it. Okay, so we got back pizza tono. You remember the original ID of pizza tono was 399, and it was on the right, and pizza margherita was on the left. I have deleted pizza tono, then there was only pizza margherita there on the right, and now new pizza was created with this ID here. In the backend or in the background it is calculated what is the ID of the last pizza. The ID was 400 for pizza margherita, and then the newly created pizza tono was created with ID 401. You can see it. Maybe yes, it would look better whenever pizza tono is on the right, is after pizza margherita, because it has a higher ID. But this is not my responsibility. I don't I did not check just the source code of this backend, so I'm not responsible for the for displaying the pizzas in the correct order. So what we can see here, that there are two pizzas here. I have created pizza 400 manually, 401 in an automated way. Now let's delete for example basil from pizza margherita. Okay. This command could be good. Let's clear the screen. Okay, so what I will do, the test case is modify selected food. You can see that in this case modify selected food, this test case will be called, and then in another file, I will show it later, it will be judged whether I delete an ingredient or modify an ingredient. Delete or modify, that is what I have shown you before when I have deleted pizza from pizza tono, and when I modified the name from mozzarella cheese to mozzarella. Okay, so modify selected food. Test food name is pizza margherita. Margherita, correct. operation delete, because we want to delete basil, and another parameter test ingredient name, that is basil, because we want to delete basil, and then again we will call this file where the test cases are listed. So again we modify the food, this one on the screen, and we want to delete basil from here. Okay. Let's run it. For some reason it was not deleted. Let me check. I'm back. Sorry, there was a problem when running the test. The problem was that, as you remember, I wanted to delete ingredient basil, and I have added incorrect parameter name here. So what I have said, what I have written before, test ingredient name basil, but this is not the correct parameter, because the correct parameter is not test ingredient name but list of ingredients. That is true that before I used to use test ingredient name as well, but that is rather valid when I give the parameter name not from the command line but from the source file. So again, let me try to delete basil from the command line, from pizza margarita. Sorry, there was some problem with the code, but I have fixed it. So what I couldn't do 10 seconds ago, I mean deleting basil from the list, now I can do it. Let me run it again. Everything is the same as before. You will see that basil is deleted. It was pressed, and have a look here, it is deleted from here. I have deleted it. Now let me add it back to the list. Let's see what is here. Let's search for an add. Okay, we will add back basil to pizza margarita. So operation is add, and you can see this is add. So we are going to add an ingredient, and just as a change from before, when I used test food name and there was pizza margarita here, this time let me use the index. So the test food index is 400, that is pizza margarita. So either I can use test food name that I have shown you with delete. So there was test food name before, and now I use test food index with 400, and that is the same as before, so that is pizza margherita. And let me add not codfish but basil back. You can see basil is back here. I just refresh the screen, but you could see it before. So basil is back, and finally let me show you, let me test whether some specific pizza is in the list of pizzas. So test the existence of a specific food. I check whether pizza al tonno is in the list or not. Test edit food, not add food but test edit food. This is the test case name. The test passed. It means that pizza al tonno is in the list of pizzas. Let's try it with the non-existing pizza. So for example, pizza frutti di mare. I think this is the correct typing of the in Italian, frutti di mare. Actually I like this one much. This time the test should fail. Yes, so the test failed, and it says that the element with this locator and the locator contains the name of the tested pizza. So this locator is not on the screen, so the pizza I searched for is not in the list, so the test failed. And I'm just thinking whether can I show anything else for you. Yes, it came to my mind that I can show you how to change the name of some ingredient. So this will be the correct command. Let's copy it. Okay, so let me change basil to pepper at pizza margherita. Let's see the parameters. So modify selected food. I call this last test case. Here you can see modify selected food here. This will be called. Test food name pizza margherita. One character is missing from here. Okay. Then -v, operation edit, it means that the name of the ingredient will be modified. So edit minus test ingredient name basil is there, and it will be changed to pepper. Let's see it. Okay, maybe I typed incorrectly the name of the pizza. Mark Herita. Okay, you can see that I typed the name incorrectly, so it was not found. Margarita. Okay, have a look on basil, and you see it was changed to pepper. Basil was changed to pepper. Alright. Alright. Actually, there were some debugging characters like AAA, BBB, CCC there, but I have just put it there 10 minutes ago when I wanted to check something, but I will delete it from the source code. So I will put it to GitHub, and you can see the link of the GitHub project of this project on GitHub just under the video. Here I could actually explain many things regarding Seleniums and things like that, regarding Selenium and locators, but I don't want to go into much details because the purpose of this video presentation was to show you robot framework, not the Selenium itself, but robot framework. Selenium is a completely another topic. And just one thing before finishing this video, the file structure. As I have shown, pizza underline shop robot. Every time this is the file that will be called by robot.exe, and one of the test cases will be run. The test cases can be run in another ways. This was just one of the ways I have executed, but you can use some other ways, but I don't want to go into details this time. Just briefly about these lines. So there are four different blocks at the robot framework file. They are settings, resources, settings, variables, test cases, and there is one more. It doesn't come to my mind, but never mind, it's not important this time. So at settings I load the necessary libraries and also other robot file as resource. This is something like import in Java or include in C++. So this block is similar to them. With suite setup, I can declare that at every test case when they are run, there should be the the suite setup routine should be called. So this is the routine, suite setup. This is start here. So at every running, this start will be called, and this start is in test steps.robot. So I came here. Here is the starting. So at every running, the running will be started with these lines here. Here I load the necessary files and set them to variables, and then those variables can be used later in the source code. But I don't want to go into details. I will put it to the documentation of this file. To my GitHub project, and just briefly, variables are here. Actually, some of these variables can be overwritten from the command line. You remember that I have used test food name and also list of ingredients. I overwrite them from the command line, so these are used only in case when they are not written in the command line. But just as an example, let's see how it works. So let me add the new pizza. Let's say pizza simple, and I do not add the list of ingredients because those will come from the parameters in the file. Okay, pizza simple, and then let me write. Sorry, this is not English, that's why I change it to English. Cheese and salami. So these are the ingredients, cheese and salami, and I do not add it from the command line. Whenever I do not add it from the command line, then this is the default value parameters that will be taken from the file. Okay. Let's see what was generated. You can see pizza simple, cheese and salami are there, and these ingredients came from the source file. Actually, maybe let me speak about everything. Those are important at this project. I don't, to be honest. Maybe it would be better not to skip the locators and the Selenium part. So I would like to speak at some level about everything. Okay. So we have discussed the variables. The variables that we declare here are so-called global variables. So it means that this URL and browser, these are visible in file teststeps.robot. So you can see URL browser, they are existing here because they are global variables. Whenever, for example, I create a local variable such as ingredient count here, this is a local variable, and this ingredient count is not visible from another routine. it is this is another file. This is test.robot. This also uses variables declared here, and they are visible in this whole file. In every of the keywords. Okay, so what I have missed is the keywords. So going back to pizzashop.robot, so there are settings, there are variables, there are keywords, and there are test cases. Just keywords are not here, they are in the other file. So as I mentioned, settings is like include in C++ or import at Java. We import or we either we pull or define other libraries we would like to use. These are declared here. We also declare what function should be executed at the beginning of every test case. Then we define what we would like to execute at the end of every test case, and this is and this says resource and the robot file. It says that this file, this whole file, this pizzashop.robot, this should use test steps.robot here, because as the whole test cases call the test steps. This is very important. So there are test cases, test steps, and page object model files. These are usually the standard way of creating an automated test. So usually, as many people do, there are the test cases. These are the test cases here in file pizzashop.robot in directory test cases, and from here we call the test steps in another file, usually in another directory as well, in directory test steps. And here are the keywords. Every time they are called from the test cases, so we do not call, we never call them directly. We just call the test cases, and the test cases call the keywords. Yes, so these are these log2 consoles I wanted to delete. Okay. Okay, maybe it's better if you have a look on this code. It would take too much time to explain it, but generally how automated test works is that there are the test data, and there are the test cases. Test cases calls the test steps here, and the test steps uses the test data that I have defined. So for example delete specific food at the very end, or actually at in every of the test cases at the very end, or almost at the end, there is a function called isTextDisplayed, and then there is a text, and this routine that is defined in teststeps.robot. This routine checks whether text, this time deleted or updated, is on the screen or not, because you remember when I edited something here, for example at Pizza Margherita, I edit tomato from camel case to lowercase, see the text updated. So in the source code in the source code, I search for text updated, and when I execute an ingredient modification operation, and when I do not find the text updated on the screen after a short time, then the test fails, because that should be there. So at every test, not only at test automation but also at manual test, the testing means the final decision means to compare the expected value, the expected text updated. I did not type the whole sentence, only updated. I could have written something like recipe successfully updated or something like that, but I just searched for updated. It was there. So we want to compare, we want to check whether updated is there on the screen, and it was there, and so it was correct. When I have deleted something, then the text with lowercase deleted recipe was successfully deleted was there on the screen, and the recipe successfully deleted, and then it contains text deleted. So it's correct. So at every case, when you execute a test, make a kind of comparison to the expected value, because if you do not do it, then you just executed something but you did not do the test. So actually this small block here, this is a test case, but this one is the actual test here. This one is the actual test, and actually it is here. This one line in the at the end of the screen, wait until page contains, wait until page contains this value here. This is a variable. This is a variable I have spoken about before, but but here these are the so-called global variables here. So these are global variables. Here actually I would say that they are constants, and this constant will be parameter here. So I can call this function here with deleted, updated, or anything else, and the parameter that comes at calling that will be used as text to check. So actually this is a variable here, because this can have multiple values depending on how we call, with what parameters we call this function. Okay, and wait until page contains, and there is a value or parameter here. The robot framework waits for that text to appear. And one more thing, that this screen text dot deleted. What is screen text? Because we could have simply written just deleted. If I did it from here. If I did it from here and use only deleted, that could be good. It could be good as well, but I use this form because in this way it is represents a JSON value. So let's see what is here in screen text. This is a dictionary. It is in pizza shop texts. Oh, great! So I have searched for text, not only deleted or updated, but I have searched for this whole sentence. So you remember this was the green text on the screen. I have searched for these texts here, and of course the created should be changed to the correct one on the screen, but I have shown it with the I have explained it with these sentences before. So this is a so-called Json structure. You can see this is very important when we speak about data structures. Json structure Json structure is contains so-called key and value pairs. So here this is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. These are in this JSON file, and in the source code, when I have returned here that screen text deleted, then actually I have spoken about this line, and screen text and key is deleted, and the value for that is this one. So actually here at this part, when I write here, it is the same. If I would write recipe deleted successfully, so this one, recipe deleted successfully, this is the same as screen text brackets in brackets deleted then. So this is the same. So this is what dictionary structure mean. It is important for you to know it. And finally, this is not important, this is more important. Here you can see the locators of the specific web elements on the screen. Locator, it means before speaking more about locators, this is as the text here in this JSON. I spoke about it before. This is the same. This JSON file has the same structure. Here are the keys. Key. This one is a key on the left. On the left are the keys. Sorry, this is key. This is again a key. This is also a key, and these are the values. And with this so-called page object file, this is completely different. Although it is the same, it has the same JSON structure as this file, but this is completely different, because what you can see on the right, this came from the so-called document object model. Let me show you what is document object model. So I go over this edit box here. I click right button, inspection. So I inspect, enter recipe name. Enter recipe name. It is highlighted here, you see. I inspect it in the document object model. I click right click, copy XPath. I open Notepad. Okay, so this is the locator for the enter recipe name edit box, and you can see here, you can see that is highlighted here, that is the same as here in line 5. So you see this is the same on the right, sorry, on the right. Create recipe div1 input, so this is on the right. This value, as I have explained, there are the keys and there are the values. So this value here is the locator for that edit box, and this is very important because with these values here we can connect the web elements on the screen with the source code. So with the source code I can reach specific web elements on the screen by using their locators. I know the locator of the enter recipe name edit box because I have copied it to here, and it is also in the source code. So whenever I know this value, then I can type automatically to this edit box. And as another example, let's check for the locator of enter recipe ingredient. I inspect again. I come here. This is highlighted here on the down and also on the top. Copy XPath. I copy it to the notepad. The difference between them here is this index. So here is div2, and in the source code this line for locator ingredient here, there is div2 here. So you can imagine that I have copied every locators from the screen that I have used, and both of these pizza shop text.json and pizza shop locators.json, so every of these two dictionaries with every key and value pairs, they are loaded here at one, and here a second. They are loaded to variables, and then I can use the values and keys of these JSON files in the source code because I have loaded them in these 3 lines. Actually, data it is not really used. Let's see what is there. It is not used because it was used mainly when I have given the parameters from the pizza_shop.robot file, but it is better to use the parameters from the command line. So this file is not necessary. Therefore this is not used. And just one more thing regarding the locators, how I press the locator. For example, have a look on line 66, click element. Here is this one here, this is a value here, but actually this is a dictionary structure. The name of the dictionary is JSON is a representation of a dictionary. So this is a dictionary here, this is the dictionary name, and as I have spoken about before, this is the key. So at this line I want to press locator for submit recipe button. That is this one, save recipe. Let's check it. let's inspect it. Inspect, copy, XPath. Okay, so this will be the save recipe. Let's go back to source code. So locator for submit recipe button. As I have said it, it was loaded here. So we load the JSON structure from this file, and you see here locator for submit recipe button. This is what I have copied and put to Notepad. Anyway, there is one here, but there is no one here as index. Let me check it again. Save recipe. Anyway, I don't want to go into details here. I guess that if I do not write this one here, then this is the same. But I should try, to be honest. I did not check it because it just worked for me. So I should check it. But anyway, this code works as it is, and as you will get it on GitHub. Okay, anything else here? And speaking a bit more about reading the JSON files, so as I mentioned here, this is a dictionary on the left, screen text or locators. These are the dictionaries. Here and here, read JSON is called. This is the read JSON function, and actually this is the function that calls reads the file content, JSON file content, file path. This is the parameter, and this comes from here, and here. Alright, that's all what I wanted to speak about. You will see the source code, the GitHub project for the source code just under the video. Thank you very much for interest, and just drop me a message as comment whenever you need some more explanation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.